What's up, guys? I'm Average Sniper here, bringing you a Battlefield Hardline gameplay. And today I will be using the Knockout, or the 300 Knockout, which is the most powerful sniper rifle in Battlefield Hardline. And I really had to grind hard to get this sniper rifle. It took about 3 days of trying to unlock challenges. And if you're interested in unlocking the sniper rifle, I have made a tutorial about it, and I will leave a link to that tutorial in the description of this video. Well, let me start out talking about the 300 Knockout sniper rifle first. It is a beast sniper rifle. It is a one-shot kill without having to shoot in the head, as long as it's within 50 meters or closer, and as long as you hit them in the upper chest. You can still get one-shot kills when they're far away by hitting them in the head or by angling your scope upwards so that when the bullet comes down it hits upper chest. So it's a one-shot kill pretty much regardless of the distance, but you really have to compensate for that bullet drop with this sniper rifle a lot more than you do with other sniper rifles. So as long as you can get used to that, you'll be totally fine. I was getting like out of Call of Duty mode and used to playing this game like in the Battlefield mode where you're like you know, a secret sniper and you're not running around quick scoping. But now that I have this gun, I almost feel like unstoppable, you know? It's like I can run around and quickscope people if I want. And I've never been much of a big quickscoper. Like, I do quickscope in Call of Duty, but I don't just run around and attempt to quickscope like some of these 12-year-olds you see. And other people just run around only quickscope, and I can't stand that. I just like to snipe, you know? Just snipe to snipe. Snipe for the love of sniping. But I'm really enjoying Battlefield Hardline, especially now that I have this new sniper rifle. I think the requirements to get the sniper rifle are completely ridiculous, though. I felt so much better when I got done doing all this crap. I mean, you pretty much have to play game modes that you might not want to play. You have to use gadgets you might not necessarily ever use because they're pretty pointless. It's just a little too much to unlock this gun. And apparently this is a gun that's unlocked when you complete the syndicate assignment for the professional class. And I believe there's one gun in every other class that is just as hard to get. So it's not just a sniper rifle that's hard to get, it's one gun in every class that's ridiculously hard. A lot of people are saying they're going to patch that when the update comes out. And there are rumors that this gun might get nerfed. I can tell you what, if they nerf this gun, it might be the end of my Battlefield career, short-lived as it was, because I worked so incredibly hard to get the one-shot kill gun, and if they take that away, just because people are complaining that they're getting one-shotted by the few people that have unlocked this sniper rifle, I will lose all respect for the developers of this game. And I'm not trash-talking them or anything, because as of right now, I'm really enjoying playing this video game a lot more than I am Advanced Warfare. There, I went ahead and said it. I'm enjoying this game a lot more than Call of Duty. Some of you subscribers might have never thought you'd heard me say that, but you know I've never talked crap about Battlefield, and I've always said when I mention Battlefield in my videos that if they ever had a really good like one-shot sniper rifle, I might consider switching over to it. Basically because of all the bullshit I've had to go through playing Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I believe that those games are moving away from the sniper community because they're making it harder and harder to snipe, you know. I think Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2 sniping was really awesome. Black Ops 1 sniping was pretty bad, and Ghosts and Advanced Warfare sniping is just god-awful. And I have to say that the sniping in Battlefield Hardline is much better than I expected it to be, especially after unlocking this 300 Knockout. And it is fun to snipe with the other sniper rifles too, but you have so much more of a security blanket when you're using a gun like this that'll give you that one-shot kill, you know, just like you get in Call of Duty. And I'm not saying that Battlefield is like Call of Duty in any way, shape, or form. It's totally different, and from what my more experienced Battlefield friends tell me, Battlefield Hardline is a lot different and more similar to Call of Duty than the other Battlefields, like Battlefield 4. And I don't know how true that is. I just have to take their word for it because I have never played Battlefield 4 before. I played Battlefield 3 maybe for like an hour and just wasn't that into it because I had to shoot people like 3 times with the sniper rifle. But this Battlefield I'm definitely enjoying. You can see I'm getting these one-shot kills without having to get headshots with this gun. I also purchased the Zebra Blitz, I think that's the name of it, Zebra Blit or Zebra Blitz camo, which cost $500,000, but it's so easy to get money in this game. You can just go into that game mode called Hotwire and drive a car around and get like $50,000 to $100,000 for every game you play. It's ridiculously easy to earn money in this game. I had over $1 million just playing Hotwire for one day, and that was one of the challenges I had to do to get this gun. You have to get to the tier 4 professional 10 times in different matches. And the easiest way to do that is to go into a Hotwire game and basically sit in the car the entire time without dying. And look at all these kills I'm getting. Look at all these one-shot kills I'm getting with this gun. It's just really... I can't say it enough. This 300 knockout is just the beast sniper rifle that I've been waiting for. Even though I haven't been playing Battlefield this long, this is the sniper rifle I would have been using. And if you guys can tell me if there's been any other sniper rifles this powerful in previous versions of Battlefield, because I really don't know, and I consider myself a Battlefield noob. I'm definitely not a first-person shooter noob. You know, I've been playing other first-person shooter games, third-person shooter games, and Call of Duty for years now, and even when I was a kid, I was playing, you know, PC games over my local area network before consoles had evolved that far. And now I'm pretty good at adapting to any video game I play, as long as I like it. If I don't like the game and I'm trying to play it, I'm just not going to do good. But I think that goes for everybody. You really have to be into what you're doing, you know, in order to get good at it and like it. You're never going to get good at something you just don't like doing because you're not going to be putting in the time that you need to put into to get good at it. And getting good at Battlefield, which I still have yet to do. I can have a couple good games every now and then, but for the most part, I'm just an average player, hence the name Average Sniper. But I am getting better, and that's why I'm making these learning to snipe episodes for you guys, so you can kind of see what I'm going through. My favorite game mode so far is Team Deathmatch. I have tried just about everything except Heist, I think. And Team Deathmatch is my favorite by far. The spawn system was really hard to get used to because the first time you play it, it seems like the enemy's spawning in everywhere. But once you get used to it, you'll see there is a method to the madness. And the best way to get used to it is just to go in and play the crap out of it and start taking notice of where you spawn, and knowing that the enemy is going to spawn there too. There are still a couple of problems with the spawns where on certain maps, check this out, boom boom, quick scope, where, and this guy gets me, God. There's a couple problems on certain maps where it'll keep spawning people in the same place, regardless of how many enemies are around there. So I'm hoping they patch those. In one map, I think it's Everglades, there's a spot towards the back of the map where you can count on the enemy spawning over and over and over again. And it's just ridiculously easy to kill them and ridiculously easy to get killed if you are unfortunate enough to spawn in there. So the spawn system's not perfect. I don't think it's perfect in any game. And there's so many players in Team Deathmatch. There's 32 versus 32, so we're talking about 64 player lobbies. So, I mean, sometimes there's just no place to safely spawn because there's so many people running around the map or camping, and it's a common occurrence to just spawn in and immediately get killed. But one of the things I've learned to do just in playing this game, or playing this game mode of Team Deathmatch, I've learned to not just start running as soon as I spawn in, but to kind of just spawn in and look left and right real quick, maybe even look behind me and just spin in a little circle to make sure I'm not spawned right onto the enemy base or that there's no enemies around me, and if there's not, then I'll start moving. This is a good practice because a lot of times when I spawn in, I'll actually spin around and see that there's like 3 enemies behind me that haven't even noticed I spawned in, and that's 3 easy kills. You know, it's not spawn trapping and it's not cheap. It's just the way that the game is made right now. It's just going to keep spawning you in you know, close to the enemies, because the maps are a lot bigger than Call of Duty maps. But you gotta understand, there is like 5 times more people playing in a match than in Call of Duty. So it's not 6 on 6. This is literally, you know, 32 players versus 32 players. It's crazy, and it's also crazy fun. Well, let me talk about my other favorite sniper rifle, and I guess that would be the Scout Elite. I like the R700 and the AWM, but I do not like how slow they bolt action, because if you miss that headshot, you're going to have to take a follow-up shot if the guy's at 100 health. And most of the time they are. So if you're using the Scout Elite and you have straight pull as your attachment, you can go ahead and put that second shot in really fast. And the 300 knockout also has a follow-up shot that's real fast. Not as fast as the Scout Elite, but somewhere in between the AWM and the Scout Elite. So it is pretty fast. But if I didn't have the knockout, I would be using the Scout Elite with a 14x scope. That's my favorite scope for the Scout Elite. However, on the knockout, I like to have the 8x scope. I don't know what the difference is, but I feel a big difference between the way the knockout scopes in with the 14x and the way the Scout Elite does. So I put the 8x on the knockout, and I'm really enjoying it. Plus the 8x scope, I believe, is very similar to the regular sniper scopes in Call of Duty, so it was real easy for me to get used to using the 8x scope. Also, sometimes the 14x scope isn't very practical when the enemy's like really close to you, because you you know, go to scope in and they move, then you have to scope out and scope back in, and by that time they probably spotted you and, you know, you're already dead. So I think 8x scope is the way to go. Also, if you haven't tried the ACOG, that's an awesome scope too. It's not very good at all for long range, but if you're running and gunning with the knockout or the Scout Elite or one of the DMR sniper rifles, then probably the ACOG is your best bet. I have had really good games using the ACOG. In fact, when you first unlock the 300 knockout, it comes with the ACOG site standard, and you have to get 20 kills before you unlock the ability to buy more scopes for it. And the ACOG scope, I was having no problem at all using. But I also want, you know, to be practical and to have a scope that's going to work long range as well. So the ACOG just doesn't seem to work very well at all when you're going for those long range shots, but the 8x scope seems to be all around. You can hit the shots that are really close, and you can hit the shots that are really far away. It does take some getting used to, just like any gun does, and I noticed that the scopes for each of these sniper rifles all look the same, you know. Like the 8x scope for the knockout looks the same as it does for the Scout Elite, the AWM, and the R700, but they function differently. There's a different sway to them, and there's a different way to move them. There's a different sensitivity, and I kind of like that because it helps you get used to the guns that are differently, you know, and you can't just switch from one gun to the other without feeling it out and, you know, getting a feel for it and using it and then getting used to it. So that's another thing I like about this game that I've kind of noticed on my own. I guess this gameplay is coming to a close, but what I wanted to tell you guys in closing is that the 300 knockout is definitely worth the challenge. Even though I think the challenge is too hard, having this gun will probably change your scores and your KD for the better, because you can count on those one-shot kills. Just tell me this: how many times have you been using like the Scout Elite or the R700 or the AWM? You've got surprised by someone and you've successfully quickscoped them right in the chest, but you don't get the kill because the gun's not just powerful enough to get a one-shot kill chest shot, even though every sniper rifle should be, especially at quickscoping close range, you know. But you got killed because of that. Imagine if you didn't get killed because of that. If somebody surprised you, you got the quickscope on their chest and they just dropped dead. That is what the 300 knockout is going to do for you. Now, if you're an incredibly long-range sniper, you might want to stick with the other 3 sniper rifles because they're much better for the long range. But if you're a run-and-gun sniper and like the close-range combat like I do, then the 300 knockout is the gun for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Like, favorite, and subscribed if you're not already subscribed. And I will be uploading more videos for Call of Duty and Battlefield. So stay subscribed for more. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you later.